Okay, so I did say I was gonna have this up in the afternoon, but it's football day. It's opening Sunday, so that was I was occupied by that, and but I did kind of keep an eye on the game a little bit on hockey, and I found out I read a tweet that said I went away for a second and Tampa Bay's winning and the Lightning were winning. I go, wait, what? So I switched to NBC a bit. I see the Tampa Bay's up 2-1. I go, oh my god! And I switch back a little bit later, and I hear Doc Emmerich and Eddie Olczyk talk about uh, the Lightning up by 3. I go, oh boy. So Tampa Bay won. No, not that Tampa Bay. That's a story for another video. But whatever momentum the Islanders had in the Eastern Conference Final, that's pretty much gone. But it's I don't know. I mean, I'm not giving up on the Islanders. However, they seem to be out of it, and it's frightening. It's frightening what's happening. I mean, the Islanders scored first, and then it was followed by two lightning goals in a span of 12 seconds, and it looks like New York never got their mojo back after that. They just, I don't know, but Tampa Bay, like I said, they're pretty much on a redemption tour because remember last year we all made the jokes, we laughed at them, we felt some of us felt sorry for them, and some of us still couldn't believe it happened, but we saw how it happened. 62 win season, and they get swept by Columbus. This was last year, and now it's a new year. Some of the expectations are gone because they didn't duplicate the 62 win season. I mean, of course, how could you? And Tampa Bay is now one win away from the Stanley Cup final. It will be their third Stanley Cup final appearance in franchise history. Of course, their first appearance was 04. We all remember that series. They won it. They beat Calgary. And their second appearance, and most recent, was in 2015. We remember that run. They beat the defending Eastern Conference champion New York Rangers to get there, and they ran into the Chicago Blackhawks juggernaut and lost to that team in 6 games. And since then, they've had problems kind of getting back on track. And last year was kind of like a glaring outrage. But but yeah, Tampa is one win away from reaching the Stanley Cup final, and I still think the Islanders can pull a rabbit out of their hat, but they need to. What's the saying? Go, they need to straighten up and fly right. Otherwise, they'll fly out of that bubble and figure out what the hell happened. So, so Tampa, so Tampa's closing in, and that's my brief recap of Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Final. It's elimination way. It's elimination games all the way now because both the East and West are 3-1, and tomorrow night, Monday could be a big night. Monday looks like it could be the potential for a big night in sports because this tomorrow is the season premiere of Monday Night Football. It's the beginning of the 50. I think it's the 51st season. Yeah, the 51st season of Monday Night Football, the doubleheader. But regarding hockey, it's Game 5 between Dallas and Vegas. The Dallas Stars, if they win tomorrow night, they're off to the Stanley Cup Final. It will be their 5th appearance in franchise history. Remember, they made it twice as the North Stars. They made it in '81 where they ran into the Islanders super dynasty, and they made it 10 years later in '91 when they lost to the Pittsburgh Penguins. That was Pittsburgh's first cup. That was when their team was in Minnesota. Since moving to Dallas, they made it twice. But in '99, they won the Stanley Cup, beating the Sabres in 6 games. And they went back a year later in 2000, looking to repeat, but they fell 2 wins short. The Devils beat them in 6 games. And they haven't made the final since. So Dallas is trying to reach the Stanley Cup final for the first time in 20 years. And they can do it tomorrow night. One more win. And Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Final is Tuesday. And according to what I read online, the Stanley Cup final is slated to start next Tuesday. It's been described as a tentative date, but the 2020 Stanley Cup final is supposed to start next Tuesday. Because I think the latest date for the conference final is I think the latest date for the conference final I think is this Saturday, the 19th, and that would be, and if both series happen to go, if they do go seven, it'll be 2 days off, and then next Tuesday will be the final. Though I would think, especially if the West final ends tomorrow, the East final ends Tuesday, they might. I would think the NHL might move the Stanley Cup final up a bit. I don't know. They might move it up to probably Friday, this Friday or this Saturday. I don't know, but we'll see how that goes. But we'll see how that goes. But Game 5 of the Western Conference Final is tomorrow night. Dallas has a chance to advance to the Cup Final, and Tampa Bay's chance will come Tuesday. And that's my recap of Game 4. I'll be back tomorrow to recap Game 5, the Western Conference Final. And if Dallas wins, congratulations to them. And of course, a day later, I'll recap. Uh, the first week of the 2020 NFL season and what a week it's been. And I'll tell you more. I'll recap it in just a few days. So, with that, I say until tomorrow, my fellow hockey fans.